Hi, this is Tim with the Gilson Home Group. I get asked a lot of questions about real estate, and I was just asked this question this week. Hey Tim, I'm thinking about moving in the next 3 to 5 years. Should I be doing these renovations in my home? The answer can be kind of multifaceted and complicated. Let's dive in and talk about it. If you're going to be moving in the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to want to be sensitive to a couple of things. What is going to bring you the most enjoyment of your home between now and when you sell your home? You may decide that you don't care what the cost of the renovation is because you just, quite frankly, want to do it. There's your answer if that's what you decide. If you're going to be a little bit more sensitive to the return on your investment, you're going to want to be sure that you engage with contractors who can give you accurate estimates of the pricing. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is, how long am I going to be staying in this home? If you're going to be staying in your home for a relatively short period of time, you're going to want to be sensitive to the money that you're spending in order to improve the property. If your time horizon is longer, of course, you've got the ability to justify a little bit larger expenses so that you can enjoy that. If you're not 100% sure when you're going to be selling, you're going to want to be sensitive to those things that you most need to get done in order to make your property attractive for the general public. We have a saying in real estate, and it kind of goes like this. You know your home is 100% finished the day the sign goes up in the yard. So if you want to be the person who actually enjoys these home improvements before you hand off your home to the next owner, you're going to want to get on those things sooner rather than later. In fact, I counsel people that it's not always about the money that you're going to be putting into the property. We call it New York for a long weekend money. A wise man once told me, Tim, if you go to New York City for a long weekend, you could very easily spend $5,000 just like that. The money's gone forever, and you did it because you wanted to do it for the sheer enjoyment that it brought you. Some home improvements are exactly like that. You can't justify it financially. You're never going to justify it financially, but if you really like to do it and you want it and you can afford it, go ahead and treat yourself. New York for a long weekend money. The other thing that we hear people telling us all the time is, wow, my house looks so good right now. I wish I had done that 5 years ago. So here's my guidance to you. Why wait? If you really want to take on some projects and you have the wherewithal and you have the schedule that allows you to do it, go ahead and do it so that you can enjoy that property and not just have to hand it off in the perfect condition to the new owners. As the market is changing, a lot of homeowners are looking at the idea that maybe we should just stay where we are and put some money into the property that we're in. We really kind of like it, rather than trying to move up and find a different place. If that's the route that you want to go, we have some tips for you. So, if you've made the decision that we're actually going to undertake these renovations, I want you to be sensitive to a couple of different things. The first, of course, is the money that you're going to have to outlay in order to do these great renovations. But the second thing that you're going to have to be sensitive to is the disruption to your day-to-day life. Something as simple as changing out a countertop in a kitchen can become something that I like to call an onion. It's much like any onion that you have in the kitchen. The more you peel back the layers on a project, the more you cry. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say you decided you wanted to replace this countertop. You wanted something a little bit more current. You're going to involve changing out the sink. Eventually the disposer is going to get swapped out. Perhaps some plumbing underneath that's going to get changed. Wow, we just realized there's galvanized pipe and it leads back to the old water heater. The more you peel back the layers, the more you cry, because a small project, changing out a countertop, becomes a much larger project. The same thing can happen with electrical systems. You said, well, we've got our countertop mounted disposer here, but the electrical needs to be updated and I want it moved over there, but we're going to have to chase a new line that has a GFI, and wow, my electrical panel is old. Let's just change that, and gee whiz, if we're going to do that, then the lead to the pole should probably be changed at the same time. It's the exact same concept. You've got an onion on your hands. So don't underestimate the amount of time and money that are going to go into a project. Here's what I mean. We all get these kind of flyers in the mail. They're really great. They have a lot of beautiful photographs about what you can do with your home. And they have very enticing numbers. I get these every week. I'm sure you do too. Here's the thing that we need to be sensitive to, especially in 2022. There are supply chain kinks. There are delays in cabinetry and plumbing fixture supplies. Labor is in short supply as well right now. So a lot of things can stretch the timeline very, very quickly, and a lot of things can ramp up that budget very, very quickly. So you've got your timeline and you've got your budget. What I want you to do at this point is to be sensitive to a rule that I came to realize the painful way many years ago. Once you've created your timeline and you've created your budget, you need to do this. Double your budget and triple your timeline. I found out very painfully that that rule generally holds pretty true. We don't want you to overestimate how quickly you can get a project done because of a lot of different delays that are happening right now in 2022. You're going to find supply chain problems, you're going to find labor delays, all kinds of things, and you need to just be patient and ready for those things that might pop up. Now, I also want to make sure that in addition to your best estimates for timeline and budget, that you consult a professional. If you need referrals for contractors, please let us know, but you need to engage the services of somebody who you trust and has a good reputation for actually completing jobs on time and within budget, whatever those parameters happen to be. Now, in Southeast Michigan, we have an awful lot of accountants and we have an awful lot of engineers, and we're accustomed to precision. A home renovation project is hardly something that's going to be precise. There are going to be obstacles that you have to overcome throughout the entire project. So please don't overestimate the accuracy of anybody's budget or anybody's timeline. There are definitely going to be changes as the process continues. So that's what we have for you today regarding the decision whether you should renovate your current residence or find your forever home somewhere else. I want you to remember several things if you decide you're going to renovate and take projects on, and they are as follows. Don't forget, it's not just the money that you're going to need to be sensitive to. You're also going to need to be sensitive to the amount of time involved because these projects tend to balloon, and it's certainly going to take you longer than you expected. And most importantly, you're going to deal with an onion. Don't forget the onion effect. The more you jump into a project, you're going to uncover things that are going to make you cry. So just like with an onion, you need to be ready for those things. If, after considering all of those aspects, you said, Tim, we got this. Wonderful. Let us know. We'd be glad to introduce you to a contractor or contractors who've done a good job for clients of ours in the past. If you said, whoa, this is going to be too big of a headache, I'm glad you warned us, Tim. Let's get this home in the market and help us find a new place. We'd be certainly happy to meet with you and give you the guidance on the things that you should do to get it ready for the market. That's what we have for you today here at the Gilson Home Group regarding whether you should renovate your current residence or move. Please call us, text us, send us an email. We really look forward to hearing from you with your real estate questions.